Hello YouTube, 28 days, 28 videos, we made it. Not to mention all the live streams as well, right? I mean, that's where it all started out, February 1st with the 5K giveaway, which ended up being just a ton of fun. 4.5 hour live stream, gave away all kinds of neat stuff, so congrats to all the winners. But let's do a recap of the month, and let's start where it all began, right here behind me in this tank. If you remember, we started with the blue-green algae, and we definitely conquered that. It took a little longer than I thought. Let's take a look. So I know we just got this on camera yesterday, so we'll just do a quick recap here. So you can see we did beat the blue-green algae. It did end up taking about 2 weeks with erythromycin, so I'm not sure how effective that was. I mean, obviously it worked, so I can't complain too much, but I've never had anything take 2 weeks when getting rid of blue-green algae. But it's gone, so that's all that matters. You can see it's a lot clearer in here now. Some of the stems have uprooted, so I'll get in there later and replant those. But I think it's looking pretty good. Hopefully this plant does well for me. Like I said, I've had this plant in here previously with very poor results, so maybe try something a little different this time. So if you remember, we spent a few days battling that blue-green algae, and then we took a little trip down to Aquarium Co-op and acquired some packages for the giveaway. These, for everyone who won, will be getting mailed out tomorrow. Well, all prizes will be getting mailed out. Well, I guess that's today for you guys. So look forward to those in your mailbox at, I don't know, Friday, Saturday maybe, if you're on the East Coast, probably Saturday. So after getting back from the co-op, we spent some time going over my breeding fish for profit tank. Real quickly, these are red delta guppies, bristlenose plecos, and cherry shrimp. All kinds of cherry shrimp in here. As you can see, I've got a kind of a green algae bloom going on in here, which I think is outstanding, super beneficial to all these fish and shrimp. I just got rid of a huge portion of guppy grass, so there's a big hole there. Generally local sales only on that, because it doesn't ship that great. But I got quite a few big bristlenose plecos in here now. And I recently had another batch of fry come out, although I don't see any now. These are the last batch here, these albinos. There's also some bigger albinos in here from the batch before, but I have got rid of most of them. There's one down there. So you can see on the glass is about 2 months old. That big albino behind there is about 3.5 months old-ish. These big suckers here are well over 4 months old. And then we spent a little time in the Tropheus tank. And for some reason I might have accidentally spooked them, but they're all hiding in the back, but still doing great. The Cenotilapia female right there is still holding, so she's getting pretty close, so I'll probably take her out and put her in a breeder box in the next couple days. Actually, it looks like I have another one holding right there. What about the other one in the back? Doesn't look like it. But as you can see, everyone's still doing really well here. Just the slow grind and growing out Tropheus. And then, if you don't remember, we took a trip to my local fish store, and then we looked in on my snails here. As you can see, the snails are doing great. I think that is when I picked up those 80 pygmy rasboras, which are already gone. I gave those away to a subscriber of my channel. That's not normal, so don't start messaging me asking for free fish. It just happened to be someone local. It was the right fit for them. So they should do pretty well. As you can see here, I've just got tons and tons and tons of little baby snails. Since adding the aragonite substrate, things have definitely turned around. There's just some huge ones there, as you see on the top right. So everything's going as planned in this tank. Then we kind of went over some more plecos. Here you see my super reds. There was that batch of eggs that was in the corner. They ended up not being good. And then a good portion of them got eaten as well by snails, I believe. I don't know, they just disappeared overnight. But as you can see, they're still all doing well. There are some fry in here, but I don't think we're going to be able to see them. I rarely ever see them, but they're in there. And then of course the dozen or so fry I have growing out in this 10-gallon tank, which we can only see one right now. There is a super long list for these fish, so if you email me wanting to buy them, honestly it's probably going to be a while. Then I updated everyone on my 90-gallon cichlid grow out tank, although I'm not sure that I can really call it a grow out anymore. These Coppodochromis are young adults. They'll probably get another inch, maybe inch and a half, but that's about it. The blue torpedo back here is definitely going to get bigger, so I guess we could still call it a grow out. So you can see his colors are still just starting to come in. You can see this is going to be a fantastic looking fish. He's getting white on the dorsal fin, his body's turning yellow with the top having that nice blue hue. So this is just going to turn out to be an awesome fish, and I've got 4 or 5 females in here for him, so definitely hoping to breed them. Then we tore down my 33-gallon tank, which now lives on the floor. Has one sole fish in it. My Dumbo-eared betta fish is just living the life right now. A 4-foot tank all to himself. And of course he's going to go hide under the duckweed. There we go, coming out a little bit there. This is going to be a really amazing fish when I can get a proper way to show him off. But right now, I think he's going to end up staying in here for a while because he's loving it in here. I mean, he just goes back and forth and back and forth. Just a true testament that these fish should not be kept in little bowls for life. Then I got these 25 bleeding heart tetras. Well, about 22 bleeding heart tetras and 3 random wannabe bleeding heart tetras. We got the plecos too, which look like they're all in hiding. But I think I just showed these the other day, so the L239 berry ancestris. This is just a bristlenose pleco fry that's been in there forever. Then there's the L114 fry that I hope is still in here because I haven't seen since putting him in here. But that seems to be pretty typical with that species. It's certainly one that you never really see. But it should get pretty big. So eventually he's going to run out of places to hide, so I will be able to see him. Then I showed everyone how I paint my backgrounds, and we set up this 55-gallon Lake Tanganyikan biotope aquarium with Neolamprologus multifasciatus and Cyprichromis leptosoma speckleback mobas. As you can see, they have started landscaping the shell dwellers. Got all kinds of mounds going on over here. And this is a prime reason why, if you're doing shell dwellers, you do not want to stack rocks, because they will excavate and move these rocks around, and you don't want to risk stacking them and having them fall over and busting your glass. If you're using rocks like I did here, what you want to do is just make sure you push the rock all the way down on the glass. So now that they're excavating out from under it, it doesn't matter, the rocks aren't going to move, and you don't have to worry about any shattered glass. But as you can see, everything's doing really well in this tank. I'm really happy with how it's progressed, and looking forward to see how it's going to keep progressing. Then I had a little fun at everyone's expense and did a mock, fake, whatever, $1,500 fish unboxing video, which, I don't know, I had a lot of fun with, and I'm glad everyone got a good chuckle out of that. I mean, I don't even know what the retail value of all those fish were, so I just made up that number, and got a lot of hate on the bettas being in cups, but remember people, they were being shipped. They weren't living there permanently. They're in much bigger homes now at the store, so relax everyone. Those little cups are just for shipping. So after that, we did some work on the 30-gallon long that I'm just getting incredible glare from right now. Took out a bunch of algae, trimmed some plants, got lots of snails going on in there, but I don't really care about that. As you can see, I still have the algae going on in here, but I kind of like it. I kind of like the way it looks. It kind of makes it look kind of foggy and like a marsh. I don't know. I just like it, so I'm not too worried about it. Then I showed off my new apistos, which are still doing excellent in this 40-gallon tank. As you can see, the algae is back already on the glass. But now that I'm not doing daily videos anymore, thankfully, I'll be able to keep up on all these algae problems and get my tanks looking better again. Ooh, a couple males going at it there. Looks like that's all it took to get rid of them. And then from this tank, the next day we came over and looked at the 125, and we did a big trim on here and got all those plants out of there for the 40-gallon puffer tank. Do have fry in here somewhere, right here. A little bit less than we had yesterday, and tomorrow there'll be a little less, but fortunately that's the way it goes with these guys. But all the rainbows are still looking great. Well, all the fish really. There's one rainbow fish that has a little bit of a war wound. He probably got too close to the cichlids, but he seems to be doing well. There's no fungus or any type of weird stuff growing on that, so just keeping the water clean and put a little salt in there to help out. So there's a recap of our February daily videos. It was super fun, super challenging. I'm certainly glad it's over, but I'm definitely glad I did it. So let's just get right into the channels of the day. I've got 3 of them for you today. The first is going to be Inglorious Bettas. Now we owe this daily video challenge to Inglorious Betta. It was her idea. She also was in on it. Dwayne Kitchell was in on it. Some people were doing daily every other day. But everybody kind of stepped up their production during February, so that was awesome. Thanks for the challenge, it was a ton of fun. The next channel of the day is going to be Zacks Tank's Crazy Aquarium Guy, and I know that he was also a previous channel of the day, but I definitely owe him some more shout outs for the super chat. For anyone who doesn't know, when you do a super chat on the live stream, your name stays on top of chat for X amount of time depending on how much you donate. And I had to cut off the stream while his name was still on top because KG Tropicals went live and I was only going on for an hour before KG, so I feel really bad about cutting off his promo time up there, so giving him another shout out, and it's well deserved, well worth it. Awesome tanks, awesome plecos, so check out Zach. And then the last channel I want everyone to look at is Susan for SLC Aquatics. This is a smaller channel. She's doing a lot of live streams, and it's where a lot of us kind of hang out and unwind. Like I said, there's not very many people there, so it's way more intimate. Your comments are always seen, and she's just a really, really nice person. So check out Susan, check out Dwayne, check out Inglorious, and I'll see everyone. I'm not sure when, because I'm not doing daily videos anymore. My normal video schedule is videos on Wednesdays, video on Saturday, live stream on Monday, live stream on Saturday, so that will resume. And then I might sprinkle in a few videos here and there throughout the week. So stay tuned, subscribe to all these channels. I'll see everyone whenever.